We are live. Whoa, okay.
Weird.
Well, thanks for listening to this episode, of Two Heels and Face Wrestling podcast. Once again, I am solo today. There's not going to be a lot of post-production in this episode, but I don't think we'll need it. You know, we're just going to have a glorious 10 p.m. conversation. It's 10:10. This is the late night cast. But it's just me, Charlie from Two Heels and a Face, continuing the work while Chris is out being a father to now 3 kids. Congratulations to Chris Ramiro, the heart and soul of this podcast. Yes. Ivan Alfonso Ramiro was born, I think today, maybe 620. It was either 621 or 622. Future luchador in the making. We're going to get him started early in the business, get him out there taking bumps. He's got two older sisters now that can beat him up and torment him and make him tough. But today on the podcast, we are talking to Mr. Jacob Dean, lean, mean Jacob Dean. Jacob, man, how's it going? Welcome to Two Heels and a Face.
Good. How are you? How have you been?
I'm good.
What's new?
Nothing is new. I'm excited to take you through the buffet line.
I'm kind of scared. Is that weird?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you have podcast experience or have you talked to anyone in the?
No, you are my first podcast. So that's it's my personal honor to be on this podcast, but
I'm honestly glad. I mean, I think when we talked to Chico, he said we were his first. And so that's what so we made an emphasis, right? When this might've been 2019, there were a lot of new females being introduced, and we're like, okay, well, let's talk to all of them. Let's talk to Blair Onyx. Let's talk to Elena Black, and let's talk to Missa Kate. And then as like 2020 hit, we're like, oh shit, we really haven't talked to any of like that graduating class, the dudes. Like we haven't talked to, so then we've been talking to some of your counterparts, Davey Bang, August Matthews, Trevor Outlaw. Unfortunately, we had to do that one. We really our hand was forced. We won't get into that, but
did he make you pay him for that? He probably did. Huh?
Yeah, there was some kind of contract language that it just went over my head, and we're just like, fine, we'll do the episode. Okay, we'll just do it. And then Chico and yourself, we don't want to forget you. You and those people that I just mentioned are just showing up on a ton of shows right now. And I think it's cool that because people don't know a ton about you yet, you're still making your name. So this is like a perfect opportunity. So really, really happy to have you on. And but you want me to Jacob, right? I can just call you Jacob. Do you have any
Jacob or JD if you want, whatever's more comfortable. Yeah. I mean, my close friends call me JD, but Jacob's fine. Yeah.
Awesome. It wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Dean Jacob at one point, or were Chris and I just confusing ourselves?
That was a side alter ego. I think he's like gone. I don't know where he went.
Okay.
I think he disappeared. I tried looking for him. I couldn't find him. I don't know what happened. But
it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing, right? Do you know what that is?
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
I'm dating myself.
I guess you can call it.
So there's some kind of trigger where you go from Dean Jacob to Jacob Dean. It's like the Hulk. I
don't even know who Dean Jacobs is. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He's long gone. So we have Jacob Dean on the podcast. Am I correct? Is Maniac your nickname? Is that do you have a nickname or a ring name?
Yeah, I mean the Maniac. Pretty much, yeah. Okay. But it's just Jacob Dean. Yeah, we keep it simple over here. So.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think your look speaks for you. I'll get into a little bit of that. And I wore if you're watching on YouTube, I wore the sleeveless today for you. I was trying to. I knew you were bringing the guns. So I had to bring I didn't want to bring a gun to a gunfight, right? So I busted out the.
You're killing me now. I got the shirt on.
I know.
Okay.
You have to bust them out later when we get into that. But we're going to do the buffet line. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the concept, but it's the salad. So wrestling is a buffet. That's a catchphrase here that we have here at Two Heels and Face. We try to keep all opinions are welcome, right? Unless it's just hateful or spiteful for no reason. But like if you like a certain thing, your conversation is welcome here. Everyone eats from a different part of the buffet line, so to speak. So, and in that buffet line, there are many different foods. So we break it down into 3 segments here. So we have the salad, where it's just like we get to know you in a little general sense, kind of like we're doing now. And then we have the main course, where we will ask you about stuff you've done in the ring, probably like your time at Freelance a little bit, maybe some stuff you have planned in the future. It's a little bit of the more meatier stuff. And then the dessert. So dessert is a little bit of like guilty pleasures. So there is word association into the dessert. So I give a word and you have to say the first thing that comes to mind. So that is it. People have done it well. People have struggled with it. Maybe I'll give you a grade at the end of it. But yeah, and by the end of this podcast, hopefully people know who Dean Jacob is, can talk to you at a show about these things, can relate to you more and your character in the ring and things like that. So that's the goal here.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Dessert's my favorite, part of the meal service. Like if I go to a restaurant, dessert's just, so it's probably the best part. But
are you a dessert first guy, or no? You save it, but it's just your. I
save it. I bear myself, but yeah. But that's if I'm dieting, which I haven't been recently. I know you guys probably could tell on shows, but like desserts on my mind. I can go without like eating like fast food and all that, but like when it comes to ice cream, when it comes to the goodies, like I give in. It's whatever.
You need the sweet tooth. Hey man, everyone's got a weakness.
You gotta stay thick with the sweet tooth. That's what it brings you.
I would consider myself thick, just probably in a different area than you. Maybe a little bit more in the gut. Cool. Jacob Dean, general question to start us off. There's many different things that people love about wrestling. What is it that you love about wrestling? What are the aspects of it that you love?
I kind of want to say all the aspects.
It's a common answer, honestly, is everything. So you can elaborate on that, but all or everything is not a bad answer.
Yeah, I think there's some things that I would prefer over others. Like I think the sport aspect of wrestling is definitely something that I wish we had more of. But as you said, wrestling's a buffet. I definitely, I'm in line with like, if a story or for a wrestler, 2 wrestlers, I think emotion's a big part of it as well, physicality, and just like connecting with the audience without being so discreet. I think that's why I fell in love with wrestling. Like the sport aspect, plus like some wrestlers, they'll like have a big like creative vision for it, and they'll connect with the audience in ways you might not like be apparent with. And I don't know, I think my approach is, I mean, now we kind of see it as like the hit hard, tough guy thing. Like it's kind of getting in, but I think it's needed. And I kind of appreciate like like old wrestling in that manner, because we've kind of fallen in line. Like on the indies, sometimes it's okay, but I think that's what you said too. Like wrestling's a buffet, but yeah, I really just appreciate like the sport aspect. But like I think like wrestlers, their biggest thing is like limiting themselves, and if wrestlers don't limit themselves, I think the whole business would thrive more. Not in just terms of like styles, but just in terms of like what's possible, even for like yourself. I think we're seeing more than now, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like if I'm hearing you correctly, I think that kind of comes through in your style a lot, is the let's do like kind of a fall away slam here and really kind of test or push the limits here. Cause I think you got that's one thing I think that sticks out about you, is you got that big frame and you have that ability to move people around. So is that stuff you kind of lean into then when you're wrestling?
Yeah, for
like
sure.
The bigger spots.
Yeah. I think my size can definitely, be attributed to that. Like
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, I've always just worked out and, lifted because I enjoy it and because like I knew I was gonna be a wrestler when I was younger. But I think
Okay.
like also like, yeah, the power aspect is great, but also like, submissions and just like I don't mind the lucha. Not I can move around if time permits it, but
Okay.
um yeah, I think, submission strikes just like and just throwing people around. I think that's what people want to see.
Okay.
That's what I like have an inclination towards, and like, yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't throw it out that I wouldn't do lucha or
Okay.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Depends who I'm the show with. If I'm
Uh,
fighting Davey Bang, I might have to bust out a Rana. I don't know, but or a
well, I think
moonsault,
you
but
have a role in those matches, right? You're there to be the base at least. Not saying you can't do a Rana, but at least I
yeah,
mean you have at least if someone wants to put you in that match, I mean it would make sense.
yeah.
Uh and a one-on-one with Davey Banks. So like Bloodsport would so it seems like then something like Bloodsport is something you would really like. Is
Yeah,
that
I
true
think
or not?
Bloodsport is probably one of the goals of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that because it's something different for the audience too. Like we're like the audience is so custom like seeing, something over and over again. But when you throw like a
True.
curveball at them that they've never like a format that's different or even like presentation, I think that's why Lucha Underground thrives so well is because they had like a different presentation. They're dead, right?
They no, yeah, they have been, but Chris and I reminisce hard about Lucha Underground. So if you want to reminisce, then you
Yeah,
feel
it's
free. Yeah,
great. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean like a little bit movie-esque and like,
Hmm.
uh but I think everything like if there's a new wrestling, if something's different, then like it stands out. But nowadays like we see like new wrestling is kind of like old. What's old is kind of new. But yeah, I mean that's one of the goals of mine. Bloodsport, I think what they're doing is sick, and there's so many ways you could take that concept and stir it up and present to the audiences. And I think it's good that it's not like common, but it's once in a blue moon because then fans have an initiative to like step out and okay, we're excited for this, so
Yeah. Do you have any shoot experience of any sort?
yes,
Okay.
I have a background in jiu-jitsu. I started that recently.
Perfect.
I trained with Josh Passini at 10th Planet, Chicago. He was trained by Eddie Bravo, who was
Okay.
trained by John Giacchino. So kind of a prestigious like lineage.
Okay.
I'm getting there. Yeah, jiu-jitsu is it's one of my favorite things, but and it helps connect with wrestling too. It definitely helps me on aspects. But yeah, I'm just trying to grow in that. Some kickboxing experience, but yeah, I did wrestle in high school, have that background.
Cool.
But yeah, I think that's kind of influenced my style a bit. Uh,
Okay.
like just it's in terms of like mentally, like it's instilled like a shooter vibe in me. Like I'm gonna like every time I get in the ring, it's like okay, am I? It's kind of like I'm on the mat, but not really. But it's definitely like the switch, like
In
you
case that
know,
maniac wants to come out.
a little bit. Yeah, it brings me back to my old days. But yeah,
That's good. I mean, I think that I asked that because I think that if the people who see, like everyone who kind of gets booked for Bloodsport has some sort of like they're either a death match fighter or they have like some sort of like shooting background. So I think
yeah,
that's good to have that. If you're trying to get there, I think you kind of have to know the basics of that a little bit. So
yeah.
that's just
I
my
think
observation.
I think it helps too if like even just wrestling, if you have a background. I think wrestlers that have like a mixed martial arts background or they wrestled or have any combat sports, they're just that much better off. I don't know. I just see it in terms of people that succeed. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, probably not me though. I'm pretty bad, but yeah.
We're all growing. We're all growing. Um, so graduate of Freelance Academy, right? You
Yes.
guys still training right now, correct? How is that
Yes.
going?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Um, we're training in a dark um, underground space and parts
A Fight
unknown.
Club.
But yeah, I guess you could say that.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
You
So
got to go through tunnels to get there, but yeah,
really,
yeah,
okay. So it is Fight Club. So we
yeah.
shouldn't talk about
I
it.
mean, wait, what's Fight Club? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Those are the two rules. Okay. But one thing I do want to say, I want to compliment you on you and I call it your graduating class. I don't know when people graduate, but I kind of just see you
Yeah.
and the people that I mentioned earlier kind of break in together. But you know, your work ethic, it's always praised at other places you go in terms of helping and putting in the work that some people might not want to put in, what quote unquote grunt work, whatever you paying your dues, whatever you want to call it. So I think you got all your whole like class does that, and I just want to compliment you on that. I think that's just really cool. I see just so many different other promotions kind of when you guys come, you help out. So I think that's really cool, and it
Yeah.
helps represent us really well. Like I feel proud to be like, yeah, I go to freelance, and like the freelance name is touted, so to speak.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I personally love traveling on the road, and I think like it's something you have to do. And if you don't, get out there and bust your ass, like it's just not gonna come. But like I enjoy it. Like it's a part of the process, like the journey. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I enjoy it. It's been a fun.
Nice. You did talk about you said you mentioned something I thought was interesting. You said you always knew you were going to be a wrestler. So take me through that process. So the what inspired you, and then you had this idea in your head, and you're like, this is like, was it like at 4 years old? You're like, this is what I'm going to do, or was it later than that, or like that's usually sounds a little bit more determined. People like seem to maybe figure that out later. I don't know, but like, when did you figure that out? What started that inspiration? Where you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Probably. I think you nailed it on the head. Like when I was 6, 7 years old.
Okay,
Like I just popped on the TV, SmackDown, and
there
I
you
was
go.
like, yeah, this just like there's something about this that's unique and that I like feel connected to. And also I think it's one of the like the rawest forms of like helping people out and connecting with people.
Okay.
And yeah, I just had like a passion for it, and I wrestled, and then I was like, this is a world that I want to step into. And like it's not it's not maybe like socially acceptable by standards. Like if I told my family, they wouldn't be like, I mean, they didn't like shun me away from wrestling, but it's not something that is like you go to school for and this and that. I think that's kind of like,
Yeah.
inspired me to do it. Like I'm gonna do something that I want to do, step away from the crowd.
Okay.
Because like what can I accomplish by just being like everybody else, like being a doctor. I mean, you can accomplish a lot by being a doctor, going to like school for something that helps a lot of people out. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this road,
Yeah. This is a
explore and
different
see
road.
where
Yeah.
this takes me.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, I've watched wrestling all my life, and I've just been like tied to it, and I think that it's like the most raw form of like creativity, performance, combat sports, and there's nothing like it. And like I was right when I like I just knew I wanted to be a part of it because it's something so special, and
Yeah.
it has a really big effect on people because it had a big effect on me when I was a kid. And I hope that's still the case with people. I hope people still gain something from it because I did when I was little.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's something that's always there for people if they want to leave it or go back to it. But I think you said it right. Like you can always get a benefit from it. I think if you're finding the stuff you want to watch, if you're eating from the part of the buffet line, so to speak. Speaking of, what is the stuff you turn on nowadays? What are you watching nowadays, wrestling wise?
Um, Very little wrestling.
Okay.
I've kind of slowed down wrestling since the pandemic, but I've been watching a lot of Noah. Noah's been putting out a really good product.
Okay.
Um,
Sweet.
I think what else have I been watching? Um, I had to check on Noah because I was like, okay, KG Muto's coming back, and that's been an interesting ride. I don't know if you've checked that stuff
No,
out.
give me a brief. What's his deal and who is he?
uh KG Muto. Well, he was one of the four musketeers in New Japan back in like the 90s.
Okay.
But then he's still wrestling. He's like 60 or something. He just won the title and then he just dropped it though.
He's like the
But
Japanese Flair, maybe.
yeah,
Like in terms
I
of
guess he,
longevity.
yeah, I think he did wrestle Flair though. So like that's
Oh, I believe it.
yeah. But what else have I been watching? Noah. Um, that's pretty much it. Going to shows and checking out local shows, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Nice.
they've been put on probably the best products since the pandemic. They've made it work like really solid, which I didn't expect, but yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I love it. How do you think your how would you say wrestling has treated you so far? How do you feel like your career has been thus far? Headed in the right direction, or what are your feelings on it? So I
yeah,
feel like you've gotten off to like a good start.
I for sure. I think the direction that I've been heading is like really been good for me. And even like the detours, like with the pandemic, although
Huge
it might,
detour.
suck at first, I think it's something that like was probably good for me, probably good for like the scene, just to take a breath and just like breathe, because wrestling's so like go go go. But I've enjoyed it.
Okay.
I don't want to say I'm like satisfied or happy with where I'm at, because that's just not going to be the case.
Right.
There's just like, so much more you could be doing, so much like I could be in a better place right now. I could be, traveling more and this and that. But like circumstances happen. But
Mhm.
I think that's one thing like me and my comrades from freelance share. That's like, okay, like we can't be content with where we're at, because people who are content, like it just doesn't, I don't know, it's just a driving force. Like I'm not gonna be content, and like
Yep.
although it's good to, smell the roses and be grateful once in a while, I think like wrestling like prones you to just strap up, on the ride, and literally like we're not stopping, we're not going. Although that helps like during the pandemic, reflection and like thinking about things and like
Yeah.
evaluating where you're at, did I think help me. Yeah, I think I'm more on the go 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 mentality. So I'm never satisfied, but
Okay.
I could say I'm content with where I'm at right now. But uh, just be prepared. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Because um we're gonna make it a fun ride for everybody.
That's
Hopefully,
great to
if
hear.
God
No,
wills. Yeah.
I'm along for the ride. Yeah, you guys we're gonna put in a unique position because you started and then it was just kind of ripped away from you. So at least
Yeah.
you got a little bit of taste of that, like, yeah. And it was really like 2019. It was just like we were going to so many shows. I can't tell you the amount of shows I've been to, like from when I got back into wrestling and then I discovered the indie scene. It was go go go, like, and then it just kind of stopped abruptly. So that's kind of ramping back up again. But that is a unique situation. So yeah, I think Chris and I would say that we're along for the ride for everything you guys are doing. Um, before we get into the main course, I got a couple more questions for you. What do you like to do? So once again, I'm going to touch on this a lot, and I don't want this to be like the reason why we're doing this podcast is to learn more about you. But once again, the first thing I know about you is how ripped you are. I gotta say it's impressive. So I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that cred. But I think that's one thing that your look sticks out. I think as one of the first things that can draw someone to you. So what's the workout or training regimen like?
Um, Recently, it's been changing since I've been doing more grappling. Like grappling does not really conform that well with working out, lifting.
Okay.
Uh, but I don't know. I just have the mentality of just lifting heavy,
Okay.
kind of more like a power, you know, regiment.
Okay.
But like push pull. I mean, I don't know if I want to dish out my secrets, if I do
Okay.
have
Yeah.
some.
No,
But
that's good. You don't have to dish out the secrets, but
but yeah, the gym's been always like my thing. Like even like as I said, like I knew I was gonna do this, but like from a young age, it's like not only helped like create me and teach me how to like navigate the world, but I always like saw the gym as like this bubble, right? You have this like this is the gym, right? And like life can be kind of like interpreted in this bubble, like metaphors and every like the world is like an outward, right? We see like I'm looking at a chair, I'm looking at a wall, but when we're in the gym, like the struggle in there and what you're going through, and like if that's all encompassed in the gym, everything like I think everything we experience in real life, we can experience in the gym. The struggle, the oh, if something's not going right, okay, I need to step back, reevaluate. If I get it hurt, if I pull my back doing a deadlift, it's like okay, you obviously did something wrong. you know, I think that's the same case in life. So I just saw the gym as like my scope to life in a way. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. No, that's interesting. Yeah, no, that's great. And I think it's paid off so far. Um uh and with that um comes right a eating regimen. So let's get on to the salad. And since we're ending the salad bar, what is your favorite part of the salad? An actual salad. I'm assuming you eat salad. I don't think Davey
Ooh,
ate salads, or we talked to someone recently. He's like, yeah, I don't really do salads, but I'm assuming you
weird.
do.
I Funny you say that. I used to be a big salad guy, and now
Okay.
like the texture of lettuce is like but okay, weird answer, but croutons.
Dude, not a weird answer. That is my answer.
Really?
That's so many people's answers. I think Sarah Joy Shockey said it. Gringo Loco might have said croutons.
So
I
weird.
need, man, I should have started a list of all the people who said croutons because it would be honestly, I think it's the most common answer. But I love croutons. They're
They're
amazing.
so good. I don't even. It's like hard bread. I don't even know they
I've
roast
ex-
it or
who doesn't like bread? Who
yeah.
like everyone loves bread.
Weird people. That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have a gluten allergy, right? But like
Yeah.
seriously, bread like all the forms that bread comes in, I think
Oh
are
yeah.
just amazing. um Chris is gonna laugh when he hears that answer because he laughs every time, but it's the fucking truth. I will die on that hill that croutons are amazing. Okay, the hot plate, the main course. Are you warmed up? How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I might need to do a little more pull-ups, but yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay, great. We'll have a pull up contest in a second. All right, so my first introduction to you. So that we're gonna little stuff in the ring. First introduction to you was with that faction whose name, oh, was it Violence is Forever? I think was the name was.
No, that's a bit
No, sorry,
that's Kevin Kuhn.
not Violence is Forever. Okay, I'm gonna
I
sound
would
like
love
an
to wrestle them.
I'm gonna sound like an idiot. I don't remember the name. You gotta remember the name, but Chris and I used to refer to you three guys as you, Ashton, and Isaiah. We used to refer you guys, I think, as like the school or the academy.
Mm,
Because Isaiah, right, had you under his wing, and you guys were introduced as
yeah,
kind of his help.
yeah.
Well, explain. I, Man, it was some name that had to do with like hockey or something like that.
Violent Gentleman. I don't know if we
Violent
got it.
Gentleman.
I don't know if we got it. I don't know if it was for sure like, okay, this is
It
us,
was
but
it was
like,
like an underground name.
yeah,
There was no name, so Chris and I would call you the academy or the school because you were of like recent graduates,
yeah.
which is like the name needed work, but Chris and I just referred to you as guys as that. But explain. So talk about that time working with Isaiah. I mean, I think you guys were on like a decent amount of shows in a row, caught some heat. Yeah, just talk about how was that run for you?
It was really good. Isaiah has been amazing to me, like a really solid mentor. Uh,
Okay.
Kicks my ass sometimes, but like I need it most of the time, which
Is that a physically or a or like
uh mentally, yeah,
mentally? Okay.
mentally, and just like in wrestling when I need it. Like, well, I think how did we so I think we got brought in and I kicked Pat Maddox in the face. That was fun. Um, he's coming back for a match, last match, but
Yeah, yeah.
Pat's been good to me. I kind of we made amends after that, but yeah, we did have a few matches. One 6-man tag. I
Hmm.
can't even recall like I mean I think we had, correct me if I'm wrong, we had the 6-man tag
I know
with
you
like
did have one of those. Yeah.
yeah, couple
Isaiah's
of
won a lot of
pre-shows.
matches with like a roll up. That's all
Yeah,
I remember.
because of me and yeah, because of us. But yeah.
Right. You
Yeah.
guys would distract. It was the heel that you guys would distract, and then you would come in with a handful of tights or something like that. It was like
Oh yeah.
the roll up. The roll up is like the most powerful move in freelance for like 4 months.
Oh
It was
yeah.
like a special.
Hmm. But Izzy's been good to me really personally. And I've learned a lot from him and just being in front of the crowds like in Logan Square, especially before the pandemic when like things were like really like exploding and like the crowd was just like magnetic. Like it was insane. But
It was like record and sellouts. Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure. But yeah.
What is like an important, do you have any specific important lessons that he taught you?
Um,
Or like words of advice that he's given you, like something you could quote or something just to focus on and during the match or things like that. Like was it slow down kid or anything like I use that. Randy Orton uses that one, but anything like
uh,
that.
I don't know. I don't have an exact quote, but probably more of like swallow the pill that like you don't want to swallow and look in the mirror and like see things for what they really are.
Okay. That's a good
Because
one.
like he doesn't bullshit you. He'll tell you if your shit's weak, like, and if you're lacking in a certain area, if you need to hear something, you know, he doesn't hold back. But that's how like he's wants you to succeed, and on the wrestler's part, you might be like shunned, like whoa, but if you peel back the layers, peel back your ego that's holding you back, you'll like that's what he's taught me. Like
Okay.
sometimes the hardest thing to hear is what you need to hear the most in wrestling. So
Yeah. No, in life. Shit.
for sure.
That's great. That was a fantastic answer. Yeah, and his shit's on point. So,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, he's gonna expect probably what he's giving out, which he gives out some high quality stuff. Um, so how would you describe let's get into your character. If we're stuck in an elevator and you have to, I am the head booker of Bloodsport, which is the guy from GCW. I can't think of his name right now, Brent. Or like I'm anyone. I'm some kind of
Yeah.
booker. I'm some kind of booker person, and we're in an elevator, and
Booker man.
you gotta pitch me on your character, like who is he, and yeah, explain who your character is to me, or even if he's not that now, or who you want him to become. Like who do you envision that in-ring character as?
I just see myself as a guy who kind of holds nothing back in the ring. Um, and there's something that's kind of like I kind of use my mind compared to other people who really don't. They just thrive off just using like emotions or just what they feel is right. Like so often now we see that people they uh I heard this from somebody a while ago, but they were basically saying that like people feel too much, they don't think enough, and like I try to use my brain and
Okay.
I try to be intense in the ring because that is lacking so in so many aspects in wrestling. And also I think that like my wrestling style kind of portrays like it can kind of portray like the real world in a way, because in the real world there's really like no, it's not like you can, it's not like I like to kind of sometimes create a bubble for myself because that works best for me. I think if you step away from the crowd and you sit in your own silence, as crazy as this may sound, if you sit in your own silence, reflect on everything and use your brain, the brain that's been given to you to do the exact thing, think, you'll figure some things out. You'll not only become smarter, but you'll think more about how can you be the best version of yourself.
Okay.
But if you're too tied to like this idea of this group where I have to become this, or there's if you become too attached to that or anything, the world, if your desires, then you're gonna like face some pretty harsh consequences. But yeah, there's really like no escape to, I kind of personify my style as like there's no escape to the real world. So there's no escape in the ring. Like if you're in the ring with me, I'm not like, I'll try to take care of you, but like I don't know. I see so many people like running from like reality, and like I wanna not only help people but realize that like, okay, there's no escape in the real world. Like you can't half-ass shit. You can't just like walk
Mm-hmm.
by, and I want people to experience that with my work. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you just kind of have to face how things are, and if like sometimes that's just like patience. Sometimes that's just like gratitude. Like okay, I'm grateful for where I'm at. Like I'm just driving. Like today I was just driving and I looked at the sky and I was like, okay, so many people abandon this thing that's above us. Like we live on like okay. A lot of people say like we live in a flat Earth, right? I don't think that's true. Don't put me in that boat.
No.
But
Okay.
if you're looking at the earth, right, it's like this is how we see the world. It's like a flat surface, right? And the
Sure.
sky comes like, and like so many of us abandon like the most beautiful thing, which is the sky. And like every day we have that blessing. And yeah, I don't know. I value just thinking outside the box, and
Okay.
you know, I don't know. I try to take a different approach to wrestling, because that's I don't think I value anything from being mediocre, and I think the world needs more people who just live on the edge and are willing to take risks, and like, so that's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think it
kind of
was
long a rant, but I don't know.
no, I think I mean, it's like maybe like controlled chaos, but like you want to bring the intensity, but you don't want to lose the psychology of it. You want, and it seems like you kind of want to bring both of those aspects where it's just not going through the motions out there, but you're thinking why are we doing these things? And maybe like even let's do a little bit more than the normal. So it kind of sounds like you're not for you have the physical aspect down, like we said many times on this podcast, but it doesn't sound like you're forgetting the mental aspect of what is this match supposed to be about, and can we even push it past its bounds a little bit in what we do.
Yeah, not only that, but just like mentally, like being I don't know how I'd word it, but the mental aspect of wrestling, which people abandon so many things, like I think that's key. Um, Not just like thinking of what I'm doing, but
Mm-hmm.
giving someone something to just grab onto, like a vision, like something's up with this guy. 'Cause I don't know. I think people who are normal are kind of, not that they're boring, but being normal is very subjective nowadays. Like it's I think you would accomplish more if you step, as I said, you step outside of the box
Yeah.
of what everybody else is doing or thinking, or use your own brain.
Yeah.
That's just how I see it. And like I just want people to grab onto something creatively and like inspirationally. Like, even that, is that a word? I think that's, I'm just gonna make
Yeah.
that up.
We're
Yeah.
I think we're allowing it, it's allowed here. Even if it's not. In our Twitter bio, I mean, I think we can relate. I think Chris and I can relate to you because I think in our Twitter bio it says we embrace being different. So
Mhm.
like that is something that Chris and I always try to do. Is just like when certain podcasts like go left, we want to go right. Like maybe if certain podcasts have certain goals throughout the week, like our goals might be a little bit different. And so I think that's what's kind of helped us get to a point where like we have wrestlers like you that like want to talk to us. So yeah, I think different is a really good thing. Like Chris and I always we're always, if some, like usually the people that catch our eye are just like the people who's like, wow, we've never ever, that small little thing that they did for like 2 minutes, like we'd never seen that before. And those are the people like we kind of gravitate towards, is the people who like do really different things, and it just doesn't feel like the same match you've seen.
Yeah.
We watch a decent amount of indie wrestling. Like some of it can feel like we've seen this before, but
Yeah. But
the stuff that doesn't is worth it.
but like, what are the fans gonna benefit from something, they've seen? Or I don't know. I see. I think repetition in certain areas is good, but in wrestling, like, man, like, it's brutal. It's brutal out here. I don't know. But yeah,
No, I mean it's a thing, and like that's also just like if that's someone's part of the buffet, that's great. But
yeah,
like, yeah, I think Chris and I gravitate towards people where they make an effort to just be like, what if we do this and just like try this weird thing, and like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but at least they gave it a
yeah.
shot and they switched it up. So, um, yeah. Going back to the hot plate items. So, favorite matches you've had so far? Are there any that stick out to you that you're really proud of so far, in terms of matches, or just like moments that you've had so far where in the ring where you're like, oh fuck, like this is sick, or like this is why I'm doing this shit.
Um, I cannot think off the top of my head any. I had a fun match with Ace Perry at IWA that I really enjoyed.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
Other than that, I did have. My memory's terrible. I would like to say my best matches are ahead of me. So in
Yeah,
that case, but
that's fine. I got another question for you. How does it feel to punch Trevor Outlaw right in his suckhole?
ooh, it's like it's like, you know, the smelling salts like you take at the gym. It's like if someone like I punch him, right?
Yeah.
It's like someone gives you those smelling salts, and you're like, oh, like you're that hyped up because you're like, okay, I'm giving this guy like here's his medicine. Like, here you go.
Yeah, it's just like a yeah.
This is what you earned, kid. This is what you earned.
Just a rush of adrenaline, right? Because
Oh
you're
yeah,
just like wanting to
justice
do it.
serves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know you, I think you've gone toe to toe with him, right? A couple times in different
Yes,
capacities so far.
yes. I'd probably honestly, I hate to say it, but I mean we wrestled at Gali. Love that place.
Hmm.
Nothing nothing bad to say about Gali. What a
Yep.
roller coaster. But I would say one of my favorite matches was probably against him, just because I got to beat him up. I totally forgot about that match. I almost I before the pandemic, I had everything like every match in my phone, and then I think it was like October, November last year. I was at the gym, right? And I put my phone in my pocket, and like my dumbass, like I had to go to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna rush. I had to like right here in my hoodie, right? And then it went out and it broke, and
Oh, in the toilet?
all my matches got like deleted off
No.
because I had to get a new phone. But it kind of taught me like, okay, bro, like use your brain, or just like this is just like useless. Like don't be attached to this thing that's like.
Sure. Sure.
But
Yeah.
okay. Anyways, all my matches like got deleted. So I don't. Unless somebody like brings it up, you know.
Okay. I do like the idea of like keeping a note to like jog the memory. You know,
Yeah.
maybe throw it in your Google Drive and then it's there.
Yeah.
It's backed up. It's there no matter what.
Yeah.
Chris and I put everything in Google. We're like running out of storage. We have so many stupid things in Google Drive. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to more of that. Wrestling goals. You said wrestle at Bloodsport. What are there anything else you want to do short term, long term, or is it
Um.
just? And by the way, the answer could just be like I just want to get up every day and have the work the hardest I possibly can. That is a legitimate answer. Or it could be something as tangible as like I want to beat Trevor Outlaw 50 more times, or it could be like I want to win this title, or like we've talked about Bloodsport, but like anything like what do you think about daily? Like, damn, I want to do that.
I think first off, just like wrestle over the indies and wrestle the
Okay.
best that the indies have to offer. I think that's like number one priority, because like you can't take the step in the ladder if you don't like take, you know, the next
Yeah,
step,
rung
you know,
by
just in the
rung,
jump.
baby.
Yeah. Um, what else? Bloodsport's definitely a goal. I think another goal is to wrestle in Japan.
Okay,
Just
cool.
explore there. I think traveling is one of the things that like wrestling, you know, brings you, that you're is something to be taken and be like appreciative of. Like whenever we travel, like we went to Philly, I went to Philly like a few months ago, and like we checked out like the landmarks, the Rocky landmark, but and like just, you know, actually, you know, sat down and looked around, because Chicago, like you get accustomed to Chicago. What else?
Yes, true.
Yeah, I think just get out there more, wrestle the best that, you know, indie wrestling has to offer. I think definitely get my states up. I think we're at like
Yeah.
6, 7 states wrestled in so far. If I could get that to like 15, if I'm being generous, like 15 by the end of the year, something like that,
Okay.
you know. But yeah, just I think just experience, but no really goals in mind. Just like what I you know said, and I just want to. Oh, I forgot to say the. I was like, I'm missing something. The freelance title. I think that's staring me in the eyes. Um, and it's kind of calling my name, and is it vacant? I don't know. Is it vacant? Because if it is, I think is it? I don't know. I think Kylie was champ, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's around.
Mm,
She's wrestled. She wrestled at Warrior. She wrestled at
yeah, that's
Freelance
true.
Underground. So I think you're still gonna have to take it from her if you want a shot, which is no easy feat.
Yeah, for sure. She's probably the best wrestler in the country now, but I'll gladly accept that challenge. And yeah, it's just I don't think I'll be a little bit satisfied until I have that belt. So yeah, freelance title. I'm calling that for now. So
Okay. I love it. Yeah, I love it. No, I can't wait till the freelance returns to the Logan Square tournament. It's a special place, man. Anyone who runs out of it, but it's something about those freelance shows for me. So it's a special
venue.
place.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, that should be a prestigious goal. I think that is. All right, the hot plate is done. I think we talk about where you've wrestled, right? I think we pretty much hit everything. You did some Zello, you did some Black Label Pro, right? And then there's more to come, right? Are you wrestling any? You wrestling? What are some of your upcoming times we can see you in the ring? What do you got upcoming?
I don't know if I can.
Okay.
Talk about.
Okay.
No, I have a few.
Okay.
I think July 30th I'll be at Iron Spirit. August 1st I think Zella Pro.
Okay.
WTF, which is a promotion in Indianapolis. It's not Indianapolis, it's Indiana. I'll be there. I think July 28th. There's probably some other few. I don't have my list with me, but that's
Iron Spirit. Is that the one in Bloomington normal area?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
So. Yeah.
My alma mater. Go Redbirds.
Ooh.
Yep. No, that's great to see. Yeah, the dessert, the guilty pleasures. What are some of your other hobbies, man? Like, what do you like to do? Not wrestling, not the gym, not wrestling. Anything else you like to get into?
I don't know if you guys are. I mean, conspiracy is one thing. I kind of a avid conspiracy guy.
Okay.
This is unrelated though, but
Okay.
I do like to travel to the mosque. I think the spiritual aspect of humans is very often abandoned but important, especially today. So yeah.
Dude, honestly, I was just gonna say, like, if for whatever reason you have like you have a super successful run as the Maniac now, and you ever want to switch it up, I could see you being like a very spiritual character, like coming out like I'm thinking more stereotypical trope, but like maybe coming out and like and just being like very meditative. And if like someone tries to punch you, like catch their fist or something like that, and then like just twist it. Like I could see, because you seem very reflective, which is cool. Like you said, like you don't take things. I think what you're trying to get at is like people take things like a beautiful sky for granted on a daily basis because they're so wrapped up in their shit, maybe, and like you seem to take the time to like stop and just look at things and look around and enjoy them. So yeah, if just keep that one in your back pocket, I guess if you ever feel like switching it up, I feel like you could be like a Lord Rain character from Mortal Kombat without the hat. I mean, you can wear the hat if you want, but like, you know, kind of like that meditative thing.
I can see that.
Yeah.
See. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So yeah. So, great. I love that. You're not a hockey guy, right? That was just Isaiah's, and I'm going back to the faction. But are you a hockey guy or no?
A fan, yes.
Okay.
I don't play though. I wish I could. I'm just physically probably disabled. But yeah.
I mean, I can't skate. My balance is the worst thing. Like my sport is football because I just get to run into someone and I don't have to be super coordinated about it. And then I try to push them a couple inches. So yeah, that's what
question for you. Sorry, I'm
go ahead.
Do you watch any anime? Or am I too big of a nerd for you?
No. So I don't. I can get very nerdy. I don't know if the audience knows how nerdy I can be, but I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons Saturday, so I can get very nerdy. But no, I don't watch. I think I watched Dragon Ball Z growing up a little bit, but like,
okay,
I think I would get into anime, but I just have never. I guess I've never found that first show to kind of get me started. At least DBZ a little bit. Do you have one for me?
Yeah, I have two. My two personal favorites. The first Attack on Titan. Uh,
Okay, I've heard of that one.
yeah, it's
Okay.
like 70 something episodes. Probably the best anime. They just finished they just finished the first part of the last season, and then Death Note. It's like 27 episodes. Death
How do you
Note
spell
is
that? Oh,
insane.
note.
Yeah, Death Note. Um, I guess you could say I've kind of taken some inspiration from that. I mean,
Okay.
show's just phenomenal.
At
Yeah,
70 episodes and it's not boring or dry yet. I mean, that's a long
no,
time to
no.
tell a story.
Yeah. But Death Note's about 20, 30 episodes. I think it's like 32, but
And
yeah, there's no way you're
are
not gonna
these
like
like
it.
accessible, or do I have to get like a crunchy, like, or do I have to get another subscription for these?
If you have Hulu, do you have Hulu?
Hmm.
Oh, okay, you're fine then. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Death Note's on Hulu. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. But
I'll
if
give
not,
them a
yeah,
whirl.
yeah. But I think Crunchyroll, part of Crunchyroll is free, so you might be able to get it on. But I would check with Hulu, and you
Okay.
could just, not illegal anyway, but you can just find, some people send the episodes around,
Yeah, yeah. Well, my computer right now that I'm working on is a work computer, so
Mhm.
I have to be very careful about. I have like some old shitty laptop that I downloaded an emulator on to play Pokemon. So I can get. Oh, I watch That's technically anime, right?
I
Like
guess,
it was
yeah.
very. It felt like an American show just because it was on like
Hmm.
growing up.
TV,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll watch that. But okay, cool. Yeah, anime, absolutely. Um, we do have one peer submitted question. So I reached out to
Mhm.
three of your peers for questions.
You gonna disclose their names, or is it better if you
Yeah,
give
I mean,
out?
yeah, I could sell them out. You probably know who this question is coming from.
Okay.
He's mentioned a couple times on this podcast, but his question for you was, why does your hair look like broccoli?
Um, I guess it's just the genes that make
Okay.
me who I am. It sounds like they're jealous that they don't look like this, but I
Probably.
mean, yeah, I'm again like it's beautiful. Like if you're hating on it, like
No, I
okay.
mean it's very full as opposed
Yeah. I have
to the
nothing in it right
man's.
now though. So this is why it looks like this.
Okay.
But yeah.
No, I mean I think you look beautiful, but I think the person
Me too.
who
Yeah.
asked that question, once again I'm for
I wish I can grow a beard like you. Like,
yeah. Oh no, you're on your way, man. You're on your way. Um, mine's already getting gray here. Yes, this is the exclusive stuff you get if you watch us on YouTube. You get to watch us pick at our facial hair, but I have like two gray patches right here.
they
This
do say
is.
gray is for wisdom. So
I mean, I need to figure out my life at some point. So you know, let's do that. Yeah, that was a good question. Very ignorant question. Good answer.
Yeah, how dare you?
Um, yeah,
Or how dare he?
how dare he? How dare he? Really? The desserts. What is your go-to dessert? I mean, we're in the dessert section, and you were raving about it earlier. So go off, King.
Oh, you put me on the spot. Um,
You think about this every day, don't you?
it changes. Recently, I've been digging those Entenmann's. They have the crumb topped Entenmann's. They're like the white crumb topped Entenmann's.
Okay.
So
Okay.
good. Um,
Yes, those donuts are fucking phenomenal.
Man.
Hmm.
Um,
Huge donut. I'm a huge donut guy. I will go.
Dude,
I will
so
drive
good.
30 minutes, I think, for donuts in the morning if I'm ever up that early, which is rare, but like I'll
Krispy
probably get them at
Kreme
like
or
I like a Krispy Kreme's not bad. I like your more there's just like if you can find a really good local bakery, and I think like their cake ones more are like I put probably like that up against the Krispy Kreme.
Mhm.
But um yeah, I'm a
I have
huge
to check
donut
out
guy.
local bakeries. I don't check out enough. What else? Cheap plug, Eric Stevens cookies and cream. His cookies are phenomenal. I'm like it's so good. What else?
Mhm.
Halo Top,
Yeah,
cheesecake. Like I don't know.
yeah,
I'm just
cheesecake.
gonna I'll keep talking
Keep
forever, but
going. Go.
yeah.
Just go. Just go.
Um
What kind of cheesecake? Like, you're just gonna leave us at cheesecake? I mean, there's so many.
oh yeah, like Oreo cheesecake is phenomenal.
Okay.
Halo Top. You ever have a Halo Top? Oof.
I think I've had it. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's supposed to be like the healthier ice cream, right? That's like
Yeah,
their
yeah,
gimmick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you a big cookies
no.
and cream guy? That seems to be or like a white chocolate guy.
White chocolate. I don't know white chocolate. Nah,
No, no. Okay, I'm
nah.
off then. I'm
Yeah,
off.
but
Totally off.
no, no, no. Like just like this, or are you talking about the brand? Or are you talking about the actual cheesecake? Because the
No,
cheesecake, I just like the Oreo.
like okay, yeah, okay, Oreo, yeah. Like what's like what flavor do you gravitate towards? Like, because I think chocolate and peanut butter is the best combination known to man, and I'll fight anyone who
Ooh,
disagrees, except for you, of course.
I agree. Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
but like, are you gravitated like my excuse me, I almost called her my girlfriend, my wife. Um, she will kit like she's just chocolate 100 like just straight chocolate 100%. Do you gravitate towards the flavor of anything or
Um, it depends. I'm a
okay?
chocolate guy though. I'm not like vanilla is great, like it exists, but like chocolate, like you can never go wrong with chocolate. Peanut butter though. Have you ever put peanut butter on oatmeal though?
Um,
You
sort
you,
of.
you put the oatmeal, you it's hot and you just melt oof. That's a game
I've had
changer.
it with oats. I've had like oat balls that are like a
Ooh.
dessert where you like put peanut butter in it, but like so I'm sure it's oatmeal. No, I can put peanut butter on anything though.
Mm, peanut butter is great.
It's
I love it.
amazing. Yeah, Trevor Outlaw is more vanilla, I think, and you're like chocolate. You know, everyone
Yeah,
likes
in all
chocolate,
aspects of life, yeah,
and
I would
yeah,
say. Yeah.
that's what I would kind of say that. Great. The last part of dessert. Are you ready for word association?
Yep.
You
Let's
sure?
hit it. Let's hit it.
I'm talking one word answers.
Am I gonna get canceled if I say something I shouldn't? Am I
Yeah,
gonna?
I do not have the ability to edit this podcast. That is Chris's job. It's Chris's job, and he just had a son. This is just going
We're
up. It
not
might.
PG, right? We're not PG.
No, you can swear. You can swear.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I make sure on YouTube I say it's not for kids, but they can find it. It's just not for them. So I click that little button.
Okay. Hit me.
All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's start off with the general one. Pro wrestling.
Imagination.
Okay, good answer. The Bang Bros.
Heart attack.
I like that one. Chicago wrestling fans.
Best.
We'll take it. Zello Pro.
Men's title that I need because they just added it.
It's a lot of words, man.
Unless I fight for the women's title, I don't know if that's just, but yeah, yeah. That's sorry, that's a lot of words.
We'll say yeah, championship maybe as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I was hoping for green for that one, but
I was thinking that, but
yeah.
my brain it hit a little. You know,
It's all
skipped a
good.
beat.
I'm gonna put Zello Pro in every word association, even if the person hasn't wrestled there. I think, and just hope they say green. Trevor Outlaw.
Mean.
Did you say mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. He's mean.
Yeah.
Maniac.
Me.
Fair. Chico Suave.
Cute. I don't know what to think about him.
No,
I think so many things about him.
Fuck. Okay.
The White Castle champion.
Fuck yeah. No, I like. Did you say cute before? I think we could stick with that.
Yeah,
one.
cute. Yeah. That's my answer.
Okay. Now we have 3 more left. Logan Square Auditorium.
I was gonna say pack. Yeah.
I like
That's how I envision. That's how I envision.
Yeah, no.
Did I say invasion? Imagine Logan Square.
I like that one. Lucha Libre.
Fun.
Last but not least, freelance wrestling.
Home.
I mean, that's the perfect answer. You did a really good job.
A plus.
Yeah, yeah. I think A plus.
Yes.
Home is like, I'm not saying home is what we're looking for, but I think that's the perfect answer.
Yeah.
You know, one day, you know, I'll get someone to say green one day, but I don't, you know, you thought it at least. You thought it.
Yeah.
So no, that was really great. Uh, Jacob, yeah, it's been a fucking blast so far. Yeah, so far actually, it's been a fucking blast because we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
Yeah, where can people find you? And is there anything you want people to know before we head on out?
Just you could find me at on Twitter at Man in the Night, Instagram the Jacob Dean. I try to post kind of often.
It's hard.
Give people good things to ponder about and everything like that. You
Yeah.
could probably find me in the next freelance show that pops up. So just at Iron Spirit. And any last words? Probably just Free Palestine. Uh,
Okay.
I hope I, I I stand with my brothers and hope that everything, you know, if God wills, you know, gets better. But I do want to say to people who like are indifferent about it or may think certain things about other people, uh, people who are for the cause in Palestinian, like, do not stand with those who we are not with those who are anti-Semites. It's not against all Jews. It's not against people of that descent. It's simply against people who, you know, want to create that apartheid state. So
Okay.
it's simply against, the Zionist issue. I don't think anybody should, create, anti-Semitism from this. You know, if there's one thing we could learn, it's like cooperation and, standing up to the beast that is, the military and justice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry I talked too much, but
No, I love it. No, it's been a pleasure. I feel like
yeah.
I've known you better. I get to know you better. I think this is going to be helpful too for just like bringing out your personality and stuff, and like people are going to get to know you. So
Yeah.
that's I
Thank you
think
for a good time.
we've accomplished our goal today. I think. And if you want to hear more Twos on the Face, at Two Heels on the Face, that's number Two Heels on the Face on social media, twosontheface.com for all episodes. Yeah, Apple Podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, YouTube. And if you can't find us, I guess you're really not looking hard enough. But we have a Pro Wrestling Tees store. We apparently have a phone number. Leave us a voicemail. That phone number is 872-222-7661. And leave us a voice impression like D-Ray did. I know that was him. You can't convince me otherwise. But yeah, other than that, when using, promoting, or sharing this episode with your friends, use hashtag Viva La Chico. And let's get that trending. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you. Have a good one.